Hey everybody, Thomas here and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday, the 11th of April, 2016. Time for another mailbag. I hope you guys have all had a great weekend. I have this week 7 packages from publishers to show you, so we will dig into these. And let me think. Apart from last week not being as productive a week as I wish it could have been, naughty me, I don't really have any announcements to bore you with, so we're just going to dig right into these, shall we? Now, if you're a new subscriber, and I do have a fair few of those this week, basically Mailbag Monday is where I take all of the review copies I receive from publishers during a given week. I open them here on camera. I have no idea what's in these. We discover them all together, and then you let me know down in the comments which of these you would like me to prioritize in my review queue, which you are most interested in. Okay, this first package comes from HarperCollins, and it's a very thin little book. So we're going to start off here with a bit of UF, it looks like. This is called Grim Tidings. The author is Caitlin Kittredge. She's written quite a number of books, including she's responsible for Coffin Hill, which is a horror comic from Vertigo. And this is the sequel to a book called Black Dog, which I received also from Harper back when it came out. This comes out April the 19th, the sequel. Yeah, and it appears to be the usual UF thing. We have our protagonist, Ava, and her job is to thwart the designs of evil paranormal monsters who are invading our world. This time they seem to be invading Kansas. Poor Kansas. Okay, anyway, it says a breed of monsters as smart as vampires but who behave like zombies has been sighted in Kansas. So that's how you get both vampires and zombies in your UF novel. You just mash them up together. This isn't the first time Ava's come across these zompires. I don't write these people, I just read them. And now they're spreading their infection across America's heartland thanks to a nasty piece of business named the Walking Man. Ava thought she kicked his ass for good when she first battled him in a Nazi death camp. And that mistake just might cost her life. Hey folks, a lot of readers have fun with these. So Black Dog sequel, Grim Tidings, comes out on the 19th. Okay, what do we have here? We have something from Random Penguin. And here we have an arc. This is the latest book in the Destroyer Men series. The author is Taylor Anderson. This volume is called Blood in the Water, and it's a crazy thing. I don't see too many, critics or reviewers or, people around or book bloggers talking about these books, and yet they're obviously crazy popular because this is book 11 in this series. And, I've got them all. If I were to tilt the camera upward, you would see in the A's above my head all the earlier volumes. Yeah, maybe I should just get around to them sometimes. But, when series just get longer and longer and bigger, they become more intimidating to start. You know how that can get? Well, anyway, this one comes out. Let's see, Blood on the Water releases June 14th. It says, Taylor Anderson proves once again that he writes the most compelling alternate history and military science fiction available today. Let's see, and he's a forensic archaeologist. Oh, that's interesting, with a master's degree in history. Okay, the Destroyer Men series follows the adventures of the crew on board the USS Walker Destroyer after it has been transported to an alternate Earth during a battle in World War II. On this Earth, human evolution has not occurred, and the men discover 2 species at war, the Grick and the Lemurians. The men of the USS Walker develop an alliance with the peaceful Lemurians and enter into a war with the Grick. Okay, and that seems to be just how this has gone for 11 volumes, and obviously to the pleasure of a great many readers. So, Blood in the Water, June 14th, by Taylor Anderson from Rock. Okay, Simon & Schuster package. Maybe this is something from the lovely people at Saga Press. This is a book by A. Lee Martinez, who has written quite a few humorous contemporary fantasy novels. This one is called The Last Adventure of Constance Verity. And you see her right there, I guess surrounded by her latest victims. This comes out July the 5th. It says, granted a wish at birth, Constance Verity has become one of the world's great adventurers. It all began at her 7th birthday party when she defeated a giant snake. A master of exotic martial arts and a keen detective, she's in possession of a collection of strange artifacts, which are mostly kept in unlabeled boxes in her apartment. Constance has spent the past 20 years saving the world, and she's sick of it. She wants an office job and a boyfriend who isn't going to get killed by who knows what, and she's figured out the way to do it. She's going to kill her fairy godmother, Grandmother Willow, who granted the wish and reset her life. The problem is, saving the world is Constance's destiny. She's really good at it, and there are forces at work to make sure she stays in the job. Then again, it's also her destiny to have a glorious death. Okay, so somebody's sick of the saving the world business. The Last Adventure of Constance Verity? Ailey Martinez, I think this one sounds kind of cute. Comes out July the 5th from Saga Press. And another one from HarperCollins. This is a new book by Richard Kadrey. He is the author of the Sandman Slim UF series, and this is the first book in a new series by him. This is called The Everything Box. It comes out next week, April the 19th. It says, reminiscent of the edgy, offbeat humor of Chris Moore and Matt Ruff, the first entry in a whimsical, fast-paced supernatural series. Let's see. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. A dark and humorous, here we go. A dark and humorous story involving a doomsday gizmo, a horde of baddies determined to possess its power, and a clever thief who must steal it back again and again. So in 2000 BC, a beautiful, ambitious angel stands on a mountaintop, surveying the world and its little inhabitants below. He smiles, because soon, the last of humanity who survived the Great Flood will meet its end, too. And he should know he's going to play a big part in it. Our angel usually doesn't get to do field work, and if he does well, he's certain he'll get a big promotion. And now, it's time. The angel reaches into his pocket for the instrument of humanity's doom. Must be in the other pocket. Then he frantically begins to pat himself down. Dejected, he realizes he has lost the object. Looking over the earth, at all that could have been, the majestic angel utters a single word. Crap. Flash forward to 2015, a thief named Coop, a specialist in purloining magic objects, steals and delivers a small box to the mysterious client who engaged his services. Coop doesn't know that his latest job could be the end of him and the rest of the world. Suddenly he finds himself in the company of the Department of Peculiar Science, a fearsome enforcement agency that polices the odd and the strange. The box isn't just a supernatural heirloom with quaint powers, they tell him. It's a doomsday device, they think. And suddenly everyone is out to get it. So the Everything Box from Richard Kadrey comes out the 19th of April. Moving on, we have a random Penguin package. All right, here's something that a lot of publishers don't seem to do much anymore. This is a mass market paperback original. The author is Andy McDermott. This is called The Revelation Code. It appears to be something that is piggybacking on the whole Da Vinci Code thing. Let's see, looks very much like kind of quasi-religious thriller, as it were. Let's see, on sale April the 26th, it says. In the heart of Iraq, on the eve of Operation Iraqi Freedom, a CIA Special Forces unit met with Arab rebels near the long-hidden ancient ruins, a place from which the Americans were direly warned to stay away. But team member Ezekiel Cross, oh, that's subtle, didn't listen and made an astounding discovery, one worth killing for. Now Cross is a ruthless cult leader on an ominous mission. Convinced that he's unlocked the secrets of the Bible's Book of Revelation, he's determined to gather 4 stone angels that will trigger God's promised end of days. And he's not alone. A former U.S. president with a vision of all-out religious warfare plays a role in the dark plot. But while Cross may have the clues to tracking down the remaining angels, he hasn't been able to match them to real-world locations. For that, he has coerced famed archaeologist Nina Wilde into assisting him, using her husband, ex-Special Forces soldier Eddie Chase, as collateral. With Eddie held hostage, Nina is forced to recover relics of untold power from Rome to Israel. She must find a way to halt Cross's mad quest, because the last piece of the puzzle is at hand, and with it comes the most terrifying revelation of all. Okay, well, here we have it then. End of the world might be coming in a big way, in the Revelation Code on April the 26th, from Andy McDermott. And onward with more random penguins. Well, okay, everyone, finally have the finished copy of this. This is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvelle. If you've been paying attention to the channel, you will know I have reviewed this one. Didn't especially care for it, I'm very sorry to say. But in any event, it is coming out on the 26th of April in hardcover. So I have to admit, they really are going all out with the edition. It's quite lovely. As you see, you have the dust jacket here with this kind of window with design in it, and then you take the dust jacket off, and underneath you have this rendering of, I guess, the Sleeping Giants, as it were. So, well, quite a pretty book, if nothing else. But in any case, yes, April the 26th, Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvelle, finally released. Okay, everyone, last but not least, big package that looks like it might be a Tor title. It is heavy and thick. And it's heavy and thick for the obvious reason that it's a goddamn Steven Erikson novel. That's why. Fall of Light from Tor. Finished copy is in-house at last. This comes out April the 19th. And it is the second volume in the Carcanis trilogy, which is sort of a prequel trilogy, as it were, to his massive ongoing Malazan Book of the Fallen series. So again, the lore of that universe just keeps chugging on and on and on. The second book in a dark and revelatory new epic fantasy trilogy, one that takes place a millennium before the events in his New York Times bestselling series. This new trip to Erickson's absorbing world is a real treat for fans. And, I could go into the plot details here, but I don't want to spoil things for those people who are reading it. And if you're not reading it, it would probably be incomprehensible because Steven Erikson is just one of those writers that you got to get all in or else, go read something else. It's kind of like that. But Fall of Light, for all you Malazan fans, coming out next week. And that is it. That is the mailbag for this week, everyone. So you know the drill. Hit those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you'd like to see me prioritize in the review queue. Otherwise, slam that like button if you enjoyed watching. Share the video far and wide with your SFF reading friends. And above all, please subscribe. That is how SFF180 grows as a channel. And until I see everybody next time, happy reading.